Yeah.
But
For sure.
like, I couldn't stand up all the way, because like, it was so bad in my hip, and then the shoulder, at one point, like, I couldn't even straighten out this elbow. Well, the knee, and the ankle was weird for a minute there, so. I was just like, I have a pulse ring, and I got bronchitis. They think that like, I have the apparatus to get on it. It's like, but like, it was so weird, I was like, when I had it was super mild, like, I just. I was maybe had some like muscle aches, and then like the rest of the 2 weeks, I was just hanging out in my room, vibing, because my roommates would like, stay away. They're not stay away. It was nice, like, no, but like, cooked all my food though, took my dishes away, it was really nice, but like, it was like 2 months after that. That things just, it wasn't, like, my knee and ankle started acting up, but then like everything just.
So you like.
Dude, let's get rid of the Beyonce, yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah,
I'll take it,
that's
yeah,
right.
I'll
Do it.
anything better than what.
See what happens.
I'll kick your knee in those hips.
Yeah.
Trying to recover from that.
Yes, except we're now. My meds, so I'm trying to do. I'm scared to death.
Well,
Yeah.
Beyonce and John, I would just shut up.
So I'm on like insurance, which. helps
Yep,
cover
but doesn't,
than it used to cover you.
didn't
But, like,
Jay-Z kind of make you not wanna support her when he like went on
Yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise.
at the Grammys, like,
exactly.
why hasn't my wife won?
Oh, but, you know, you're going,
Would I feel?
yeah, like that's what I had with Camaro,
Based on.
and then that's what I'm doing
My
with
man
like,
said about. her.
I looked into Amdavita too, because they were like, these are the ones, either one that makes me not want to. And I was like, yeah.
Bill Clinton does
Said, put me on whatever.
Yeah.
That's different.
Like, hey, thanks. When are you going to Mexico?
All
It's
right.
I
actually love it.
Okay.
It's that far out that you can get in if you call like right now.
It's on, you just gotta turn it
How
on.
that goes.
Yeah, I will. I have a friend of mine that does it and swears by it, so.
Really? How much is it?
Oh, I mean, I gotta get a hotel, you gotta fly, you
Wow.
know, all that
Just make
stuff.
a vacation out of it.
Roughly $3,000 to $4,000 every quarter.
Testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
testing,
Now
1, 2,
she's
3.
every 6 months and then every year.
Oh,
Testing,
Yeah.
testing, test 1, test 1. All right. Good morning.
Hello.
So thank you to everyone who participated in Death by Chocolate. And when Lisa Coccabella arrived, if we give her a round of applause just when she walks in the room, regardless of what else is happening. I am so appreciative and impressed by what Lisa and her committee were able to do to put that event together. For those of you who attended, the space was transformed. Everybody that I got the pleasure of talking to was so happy to be here. I was telling Ashley Lindsay on our way into the office that it's funny, I feel like I get in my head about events sometimes and feel like it has to like, gotta have entertainment and it's gotta have like, there's gonna be a lot of things going on and you know, this was just a bunch of people sitting around enjoying each other's company and eating chocolate, and they were thrilled to be here. So thank you to all of you who participated. Thank you to our sponsors. So Santa and Nate with a claim to home warranty made a donation to make that event happen. Ed with Bridge Home Inspections brought Krispy Kreme and Girl Scout cookies, if any of y'all got those. Adam and Chad with Ibex brought brownies, as well as a semi-terrifying what is it? It's like actually an ibex. Is that what that cutout is? They crack me up. Their logo is fun. Athena with Nook and Cranny provided chocolate jello shots. Sheldon and guys from Sunwest Flooring had crumble cookies and golf, and it looks like everyone had a lot of fun playing mini golf or putt-putt and winning prizes. And then Valentina with All County Property Management brought some gluten-free pastries. So thank you to all of our vendors that sponsored the event. And then we have invited all of our vendors to team meeting today. So Chase with MZ Photo, Andy Househawk Inspections, Chris and Stephanie with Scatterspace, and Tiffany with Empire Today. Thank you to all of our vendors for all that you do that helps our market center put on these amazing events and make things run. It worked. The NLP course that JVG taught, last month, a couple months ago, was, really well received, popular, agents wanted more, and so he is coming back. So for those of you who do not know JVG, he has, previously been, the CFO, Director of Training, with MAPS Coaching. He has coached some of the top agents and teams in the nation, including Red Sign team and coaching Johnny Christensen, our regional director. He does the Train the Trainer program, and he is certified in NLP. Who knows what NLP stands for? Everyone together, neuro-linguistic programming, very good. And let's run a mic to someone who can tell us in 3 sentences or less, what is neuro-linguistic programming? Okay, 3 sentences or more, what is neuro-linguistic programming?
I don't know.
Give it a shot.
Just try it.
It's not good. It is. From what I remember taking classes, basically, I understood is you learn to like read people and how they're reacting. You learn how to kind of drive maybe the conversation based on their movements, and but maybe that was just a small part of it. Or is that wrong?
So, no. Even if it was wrong, you would not be ejected from your seat,
Oh,
okay? So that is a part of NLP.
So you're talking about this class coming up?
Just, yeah, like, what is NLP?
So I went to his last one a couple months ago and it's great. So it's 2 days of a lot of stuff, so it's hard to break it down, but yeah, you go over. Body language obviously is one of them. It really talks about where our minds automatically react. It's so much bit of information is coming to our mind that we only react to like 12 bits of it, where 1,000,000 bits is coming through. So, for example, let's say something happens where my first instinct is to get angry driving on the road, right? And so, but he talks about retraining my mind to, to think different. And again, it goes through a whole thing. So if you're thinking about doing it, I think they even have a buy one, get one. If I remember right, I recommend it. It is, especially for like in sales, it's great. So, and I didn't give a really good description of it because there's a lot of it, but it goes into so much stuff that really can help you personal and in your family and everything.
So we all have verbal patterns, and by verbal patterns, I mean what we say, also how we say it, body language, tonality, expressions, that if you learn to pay attention and you learn what you are looking for, you are able to better identify how your message is being received in a conversation, where somebody is with the decisions that they may be making, or processing. If you're on a listing appointment, you're in a buyer consultation, you're showing a property. So yes, you were right in saying that it is a part of learning how to read other people, which can help you to build rapport and also help you to better communicate your message and get a better result. The other side of it is that you can learn what you say matters, but how you say it matters more. And so learning the skills that will make it so that your message is better received by the other party. Unconscious messages you may be giving based on how you are communicating, and learning to retrain and reprogram. So an incredible skill. Can everyone see how this would be very transferable to our industry and what we do?
Yep.
All right, and I'm going to stop talking about it. You can look at the dates and let me know if you have any other questions. I will just say this is something that before we had JVG in our world, I had a lot of agents asking, where would I go to get NLP certified? Where do I go to get more information on NLP? Because this is such a critical skill for us to learn. And so we have the benefit of being able to just go over to our Salt Lake office and learn right from somebody who's within the KW world. So March 20th, which is tomorrow, Wednesday. We have the next class in our Glow Up series that is being offered here at our market center. So the Glow Up series is a class each month at one of the market centers. We had Glow Up your website, we had Glow Up your profile, and now we are glowing up your repeat and referral business. So this will be tomorrow, 1 to 2:30. Kimber Walton will be here. Be sure to register if you haven't, and then if you are like some agents and don't register all the way until 12:45 tomorrow. So please come and be here, and it's going to be great information, and I think at the place that we are in our industry and in the market right now, more important than ever. And then also tomorrow, we have our Path to Capping Mastermind. So today we will be, yes, Debbie.
For blowing up your business, is that gonna be on Zoom too? Is she doing that?
Don't think she's done these ones via Zoom. No, it's very hands-on tactical workshop, so live. And then Path to Capping Mastermind. Today, we are going to be celebrating some of our cappers in the market center. Capping is, of course, when you reach that max of company dollar that you contribute in the year. And so then you get to keep 100% of your commissions for the rest of the year. So it is something that is fabulous to celebrate. And we have some agents that are still working to reach that milestone. And so Eladio Serrano and Shauna Winters, who are two agents that consistently cap and have outstanding businesses, lead this mastermind to help agents along their way. And then stick around after the Path to Capping Mastermind for Confection and Connection. Jordan McQueen hosts this event. This is sort of like a dessert happy hour here at the Market Center, 4 to 5. It's a great opportunity to get to know other agents here, our ALC, so our Agent Leadership Council, but also just agents that are here at the Market Center in a fun and social setting. So there's definitely business conversations that happen at this event, but also just that sort of getting to know one another and building those relationships so that when you have a question, when you're working on a project, when you want to collaborate on something, you know who to turn to, and you have those relationships already in place. BINGO. So as we talked about last week, sometimes whether it's from fixed beliefs or just because it's not the most fun task to take on, that phone can seem like it weighs 500 pounds when you go to pick it up and make your prospecting call. And yet, there is really no way to do this business without having conversations with people about real estate. And so to make it fun and a little bit easier to get on the phone and do those things that we all need to be doing, we are doing a once a month phone blitz here at the Market Center. So we gamify this. You will have a game card. On the game card will be things that you are waiting to have happen while you are on those calls. And when it happens, you get to put a little marker on that spot. So those will be things like if someone tells you no, if you hear a baby crying, if you hear a dog barking, if they say your name wrong, if you can't remember the name of the person that you're talking to, things that maybe we get in our head about being afraid of happening when we get on the phone. You know, when you get points for it happening, all of a sudden it's not a loss, it's a win. And it's amazing how many people you have to call through and how many conversations you have to actually get someone to yell at you. Kind of tried, she came in a close second for bingo last month, but try as she might, she could not. She called FSBO, she called expired, she could not get anyone to yell at her. So you know, maybe we'll make that a specific prize this month in bingo. The first person to get someone to yell at them gets a special prize. So we gamify it, it's fun. These things are more fun when you've got other people here. Marcel may be able to come in. Last month, he helped agents find out how to pull call around lists. So if you don't have people that you know to call, that can be a great option. Maybe just in case he won't be able to come this month, grab Marcel after team meeting and talk to him about that. It's such a wonderful tool that he can support and assist with. As far as who you will be calling, that is up to you, up to your business, and what you are focusing on. So if you have a clear idea of who you need to be calling based on your business plan, great, show up and start calling, and that is exactly what you should be doing. If you don't yet have a clear idea about who you should be calling, based on your business plan, one, show up and we will have some suggestions for you, and we'll even have some lists and some phone numbers that you can get to work. Or schedule time with me before the call blitz if you want to talk about that more, and lead generation is something that you want to delve into and figure out who you should be calling. Some agents will be doing call arounds, some agents will be calling their sphere of influence. This would be a great time to call and thank anyone who came to Death by Chocolate, or tell anyone that you invited to Death by Chocolate that wasn't able to come, that you missed them and you hope they'll be able to come next time. Today we will be talking you through how to share the monthly stats for Utah real estate. And that would be a great focus for those phone calls, because it's the week that they're available. So talking through that would be a wonderful option.
And I am so sorry, when I hit shares or slideshow, Zoom can't see, but they can see when it's like this, so it's gonna be a little bit. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's just being tricky. I could try to.
Being a little tricky today.
Yeah, I'll try, yeah, see, it takes it away, so.
Well, you know what? Let's go big screen because these folks are here. And then for Zoom, we will be sending out the slide deck in the recap. So just imagine the visuals as we talk through them. All right. So next week for team meeting, we will be here from 11 until 3. This is for the Gary Keller Value Squared training event. This event is specifically in response to the class action lawsuit. They will be talking through how to effectively communicate your value as an agent, how to identify your value proposition, how to talk about the lawsuit, what the Keller Williams response to this lawsuit is. As I said last week, we work at a brokerage that one of the things that I think makes us really great is that we empower agents to own and run their own businesses. So there's not a whole lot, if anything, that is mandatory. If we were a brokerage that had things that was mandatory, this would be mandatory. So my request is that you all prioritize being here next week for that. I know that it's a long day, and it's time well spent. We have some major changes coming through our industry, and this is our opportunity to get ahead of that and be really ready for when these changes go into effect in July. So this will be in place of team meeting next week, 11 to 3 here at the Market Center. We will have food so you can eat lunch while you are here. And if you can't make it on the 26th, please connect with me so that we can find a session coming up that you are able to attend. And that's it. Can I click forward? All right, Hops and Apps, the last Thursday of every month, we get together for a happy hour over at Elixir. And as always, you are all welcome to join us for that. That's from 5 to 7. Is it the last Wednesday of the month, which is incorrect? It's the last Thursday. So we fix that.
That is wrong. Yeah.
Thank you. And then we will be closed on Good Friday, March 29th. That is also a bank holiday, and KWRI is closed. So just plan accordingly. If you have closing situations coming up that will kind of fall into that Friday and into that weekend, please make sure to connect with Rihanna so that we can get you paid as quickly as possible. Coming soon, who has listings coming soon to brag about? I love it. Let's run the mic over here. We'll go Ruben and then we'll go to this.
Yeah, so I have a home in the West Valley. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's gonna be around 415. And he is going to do seller finance on it. So that's not.
I have a listing in Payson. We're planning a listing the first Wednesday of April. It's a 2-bedroom home, right across the street from the hospital. The backyard leads into the park. It's newly renovated and we're thinking about around 320.
Excellent. And Blue, how long have you been licensed?
Me? I go by Denny, actually.
Yeah, okay.
I go by Denny actually, but I'll take the blue any day. I don't think there's only yellow or orange in the French, so I'll take it. And I got my license on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Let's give her a huge round of applause for that. Someone got a good spot. Well done. All right, who else has listings coming soon?
We do your listing, sorry, I have to drop a key box off. 2027 East, 2100 South, cute little bungalow, it's been redone. We're listed at 749.9. Anyway, it's on about, just under, I think we're like 2.18 acres, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, super cute, kitchen's, been totally redone in really good shape, so it'll hit the market probably late tomorrow.
Excellent.
We have a townhome in South, or Harriman. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it's 3 levels, and the main level has 1,007 square feet, so it's good in size. It's an end unit, and we're gonna list for 470, and that'll be next.
Coming soon. One more.
I have another one that will probably be coming April 1st, right around there. It's a little bungalow in Grove Park area, and that'll be probably for about 420.
Out coming soon. Congratulations to agents who have new listings this week. Jordan Larson, Cameron Burnside has 2 new listings. Dana Conway, Rachel Ray Eliason, Joe Reardon, Eladio Serrano, and then Joel Frost has a multi-unit. Round of applause. And while we're on the round of applause, let's give yourselves a round of applause. So last month, we just finished up looking at February stats, and we had a 30% as a brokerage, a 30% increase in listings taken in February versus January. So wow. All right, many of you may know this guy, Joel Frost. He is an agent with our market center. He is also a certified appraiser. He will be teaching a team meeting next month on the opportunities within the notice of default list. He is an investor, and he is running for county assessor. And I have to say, even if I didn't work with Joel, if I knew the things about him that I do, he would have my vote for county assessor. And so I just wanted to make you all aware of his campaign. Please, when you see Joel, congratulate him on this endeavor. And if you are so inclined, support him as he works to become our next county assessor. February awards. So I want to start off by just updating on our annual ranking. The big end of year awards are really fun. And because we get caught up in kind of the minutia of what's happening month to month, it can be easy to lose sight of that big picture of how someone's year is doing. And so maybe you notice we've got these rankings now posted on the bulletin board area. Those will be updated every month. And so you can track and see where you are on the leaderboard, and maybe set a goal to bump up higher on that leaderboard. I know nobody in this room is competitive. So, but congratulations for our first 2 months of the year. Year-to-date individual ranking, our top 3. So in 3rd place, we have Rachel Ray Eliason. 2nd place, we've got Cameron Burnside. And 1st place, we've got Dana Conway. Now, year-to-date team rankings, and remember that the team designation is, it's typically partnerships, but it is anytime there are just 2 producing agents. So the team might be larger because they have admin or other non-producing team members, but there are 2 producing agents. That's what sets a team. So our top 3, number 3 is Jupiter. Number 2 is David Gomez and Maria Sanchez. And number one with a commanding lead, and I think actually right now they're actually in the lead for groups as well, is KW Latino. All right, and then year-to-date group rankings. So in third place, we have BRRE, Bustos Meriden Real Estate. In second place, we have Casa Group. And then in first place, we have Gamboa Group.
Oh.
All right, year-to-date team.
Margarita.
Team and group agent rankings. So, we talk about the teams as a whole and we talk about individual agents. And sometimes the individual team members can get lost in the mix. And that's really unfortunate because it's the individual team members that make teams run and make teams happen. So, we are this year tracking and celebrating that. And we have separated it, so we are celebrating our top 3 rainmakers. So rainmakers are the people who run the team. And then our top 3 team or group agents. So those are the agents that are the team moving forward. So in team or group agents, we have number 3, Tanner Smith. In second place with Next Move Canyons, we've got Chase Warren. And in the lead, we have Vanya Acevedo. And then for Rainmakers, in third place, we have Jonah Gamboa. In second place, we have Yarib and Edgar. And in first place, we have Ruben Gomez. Congratulations, well done, and keep an eye on that leaderboard. I'm very excited to watch our agents kind of move up throughout the year. So our agent of the month, I don't think is here yet. He was trying to get here today, but he has been a part of our ALC for a while now. I think this is his 3rd year on the ALC. He is often, if not always, the first to ask how he can get involved with something and support an initiative that we're working on, support agents. I have heard him have multiple conversations with agents about where their business is and how it can get to that next step. He brings this wonderful balance of being blunt and realistic about what needs to happen, combined with just so much compassion and caring and truly coming from a place of wanting people to succeed. He violates our cultural standard of number 8, which is not using any swear words. Pretty much anytime I hand him the microphone, which is why he's our agent of the month and not our cultural icon of the month. And when we didn't have somebody at the front desk, he was the first member of the ALC to say, hey, I'll work from the front desk and I can be joking for whatever time you need. So very, very appreciative. Plus he always makes us laugh and smile, which is very important to me. So congratulations to our agent of the month, Aladia. And then our cultural icon of the month is one of those people that just builds community wherever they go. And I have had multiple conversations with other members of the leadership team and members of the agent advisory board that have said, this agent hasn't been with us for that long, but you would think they've been with us forever. They just gather people. They're somebody that people want to be around. They are actively involved in our learning and our growth and are making some really big moves in their life. And that can't help but make a difference for everyone who's around them. So they're setting the example of transformation and growth. And again, come back to this every time. They're just really a lot of fun to be around and make me laugh. That is the theme right now. I just need to laugh a lot. And so our cultural icon.
Well, thank you.
And Lindsay, we have for you.
Thank you.
A beautiful framed picture of yourself.
Where am I gonna put that?
You carry it with you, like in that, like Flava Flav style.
Yeah.
Another round of
Thank you.
applause for Lindsay.
No heads up, nothing.
I know, I was looking at you and I'm like, she's gonna.
Have to avoid eye contact. All right, so congratulations to our cappers for the month of February. We had Chase, Carol, and Karen, who all capped this last month. And Chase is here in the back, maybe is the capper cube. And then we have Yariv and Edgar capped and somehow did not get acknowledged or get their capper cubes. And so I will please give you talk about the group. I think that is fun. And then if you capped last month and did not get your cube, we got our awards in, so please see Jess afterwards so that she can get those to you. Congratulations to our agents who had their first closing with KW. Christine Min, Jessica Andreessen, Sarah Burns, and then those who had their first listing with KW, Sarah Burns and Tanner Smith. Let's do a 1, 2, 3, and all right. Congratulations to our top listers in the individual category. That is Cameron Burnside with 6 listings and Ashley Lindsay with 4 listings. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I need everybody to stand up. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Turn to the back of the room and give a huge round of applause. I'm gonna hate you for that one, so sit down, but honestly, there are not words for the difference that you make in its market center and in our lives, so thank you. Okay, back to our monthly awards, listings taken, so team, we have Michael Hessoff with Jupiter, had 7 listings. The Ustos Meriden Real Estate Group had 3 listings, and the Latino branch had 3 listings, 1, 2, 3. Contracts written in the individual category, we have Dana Conway was number 1 with 5, and then Jordan McQueen and Cameron Burnside were tied with 3 each. 1, 2, 3. And while we're on the topic of contracts written, congratulations to all of you. We had a 56% increase as a market center on contracts written last month. All right, contracts written individual. We had Dana Conway with 5, and that is the one I just did, right? Yep, sure is. Okay, good.
Someone put it in.
Having a deja vu moment. Contracts closed individual. We have Dana had 4 and Cameron Burnside had 3. 1, 2, 3. Contracts closed for those on teams. So this includes rainmakers and agents that are part of the team. We have Michael Heslop had 7, Ruben had 6, Joe Reardon had 5.15, Jonah Gamboa had 3.6, Lori Gee had 3, and David Gomez had 3. 1, 2, 3. And then congratulations to all those who had $1 million month. That's Dana Conway, Sarah Burns, Joel Frost, Jonah Gamboa, Lori Gee, David Gomez, Ruben Gomez, Karen Hansen, Michael Heslop, Joe Reardon, Amanda Stever, Yadi Vasquez, and Rachel Ray Eliason all closed more than $1 million in the month of February. 1, 2, 3. Our House of Excellence agents. So these are agents that either listed a property over $1 million in the month of February or closed sale on a property over $1 million in the month of February. And that's what we acknowledge as our House of Excellence when agents have 4 or more closings over $1 million in a rolling 24 months, then they are added as a part of our House of Excellence luxury designated agents. So congratulations to all those agents who had a listing or a closing that qualifies them for that in this last month. Danielle Bonds, Dana Conway, Lori Gee, and Amanda Stever. 1, 2, 3. And then Crimson Club. So Crimson Club takes all of the different awards that we celebrate and shakes them all up together and gives an overall picture. So for our market center in the month of February, our number 1 was Cameron Burnside, number 2 was Dana Conway, and number 3 was Ashley Lindsay. 1, 2, 3. And then in the team category, number 1 was the David Gomez team, number 2 is Team Orlandini, and number 3 is Jay Larson Real Estate Group. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty off with that one. That's on. And then in the group category, number 1 is Jupiter, number 2 is KW Latino, and number 3 is Bustos and Riordan. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're gonna cruise through a quick broker moment. Thank you to all of you who joined us yesterday at the watch party for the MLS response to the NAR class action lawsuit proposed settlement. Number 1, proposed. These are most likely the changes that are going to take place in our industry, but they have not taken place yet. They are not set to take place until July, and they still have to be approved. So it is very important that anytime you are talking about this, that it is in clear terms that this is the proposed resolution, that nothing has been finalized. Secondly, there are some things that have changed. And I would say for Utah agents, because of how our contracts are structured and because of how we have held the buyer agent fiduciary position leading up to this, there's not many changes. Really, the only thing that's going to be a change for us is how commissions are communicated, and specifically where they cannot be communicated. The fact that they cannot be listed on the MLS is a change. It's a major change, and I do not want to downplay that at all. It is a major change. However, the other things that are changing, the requirement of having a buyer broker agreement, it has always been a suggestion, not always, but it has been a suggested best practice here previously. So it's just changing that to being required, and it has been required within our brokerage. So that is not a change. The commissions being negotiable and a seller being able to choose whether or not they want to offer compensation to a buyer's agent and how much they want to offer to a buyer's agent. That is not a change. That has been the case for as long as I've been in the industry. So there's a lot that has not changed. There's a lot of clickbait out there. And you, I am sure, have seen the articles and the headlines about this is the end of a 6% commission, or the end of real estate as we know it, or whatever CNN or the New York Times are using to get people to click on their articles today. Nothing in that proposed settlement equals that. And so being very clear in what this means and what this doesn't within yourself, and then clearly communicating to the people in your life who may bring this up that, yeah, that's clickbait. And yeah, there have been some major changes. They're proposed, and we'll see them go through likely in July. And we're navigating and figuring out exactly what that looks like. This is what's changed. This is what hasn't. The calmest head at the table will always prevail. And we have got to work to consistently be the calmest head at the table. Now, I do not want that to sound like Pollyanna, cover your eyes, cover your ears, nothing is changing, it's all great. You don't have to do anything different in your business, la 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 la. Like that is not me. And that is not how I see this. There have been some things that have caused noise in our industry that I have told agents, please do not pay attention to this. Put your head down and go sell a house because this is a lot of BS. This is not a lot of BS. This is real. This is real intangible change. And it is not the only real intangible change we've gone through as an industry. It is the latest real intangible change we've gone through as an industry. We will navigate this change and figure out how to best protect our clients and how to continue to sell a lot of houses and build businesses worth having and legacies worth leaving. The paperwork, our contracts will change. And our process around talking about commissions and communicating value and negotiating for commissions is going to change. I was thinking this morning about the number of industries that people make very, very good livings and are able to collect a premium that do not have a centralized service in which it is reported out how much their clients paid them for any given transaction or any given appointment or any given patient or client. And what I came up with is pretty much all of them. I don't know of a centralized place that doctors can go to look and see, well, this is what Dr. Kratz charged, and so see, Mr. and Mrs. Patient, this is what you need to pay me because this is what she was paid. And yet, they still have, my opinion, plenty of money coming in. So the fact that commissions are not going to be centralized, reported on the MLS, I don't even see as meaning that we are going to see a commission compression. There will always be consumers that look to spend less and want to have a savings, and that has existed before this settlement. And that's fine. There are options out there for them, and they're probably not your people. But there are plenty of people who see the value in being represented in a real estate transaction and will seek out that value and are willing to pay for it. So if I were into advice, which of course I am not, my advice would be, one, to stay calm, two, take this time to educate yourself, but really consider the source and really vet your sources. Make sure that you are procuring a list of where you are getting information, that it's not sensationalized, that it's not clickbaity, that it's more grounded in reality and in facts. Three, start working on how you present your value proposition. I have no concern about anybody in this room providing incredible value to their clients. I do have concerns about how some of you share that value. I think sometimes we take for granted what we do. And I think sometimes agents don't want to appear full of themselves, and so they don't spend as much time thinking about how they effectively present why a client is really lucky to be working with them. And be clear, any clients you work with are very lucky to be working with you. The other part of the value that I really see agents would be well served to be focusing on right now is when you are taking a listing, how you talk about the value of working with a represented buyer. How you talk about the value that the agent on the other side brings to the transaction, because you are going to be in a situation where compensating that person, participating in that is a part of the conversation more than it has been on previous. So the Value Squared training next week will be a big part of this, and I would say maybe spend less time paying attention to the shock jocks that want to talk about the sky falling and more time talking about, okay, what is the value that I bring, and following agents that do a great job of presenting their value and figuring out how that translates to you and to your business. I promise we will continue to keep you updated moving forward. We will continue to have conversations around this. I am concerned about the consumers that are affected by this. I am more concerned about the consumers that are affected by this than I am about the risk to real estate agents' income, because winners are going to win and we will figure it out. And in its current form, there is a tangible risk to those that are affected by fair housing. There's a tangible risk to first-time home buyers. There's a serious risk to VA buyers. So there are some things that that we get to support, in figuring out. I think the last thing on this is that, we spent a good amount of time last week talking about the new contracts. And yep, those are all gonna change. And it is still your best protection and in your best interest to be using the most current form of the contract that we have. So, still take those notes, still, use the new forms, still make sure that you understand, what those forms say, even though we know that will be changing, because currently, that's the contract that we have, and that's what's most appropriate. Sound good? All right, so we are going to click over, Bold is one of the core trainings in the KW world. And, there is a Bold, series being offered in, I believe, Ogden, next month. And so the Bold coach is talking to, Utah offices today. And so we're gonna click over to their Zoom. To those of you who have joined us on Zoom, I believe that link was shared with you in the chat. And then for us, we will just switch over now.
That's all. They sent you this link. Here.